Hey guys, what's up? So today, we're back with another tier list. I actually kind of forgotten about this one. I did a support and a flank tier list of this version, but of course, just a reminder, this is only my opinion. Easiest to hardest is a very personal tier list. For example, Ashe over here. Some people might find Ashe to be really easy, and some people might find Ashe to be really hard. So I'm just sharing you guys my opinion. So let's start with Ashe over here. Ashe is actually very straightforward. It's either easy or medium for me. I'm gonna put her in easy for now. It might change later. Her skills are very straightforward. They're not very complicated. They're mostly just the knockbacks, and your ultimate is also very straightforward. And her talents are also very easy to understand, so I really don't think Ashe is that hard to use. Atlas. Atlas is probably the hardest tank to play. At least one of the hardest to play. I don't really play him that much, and one of the reasons why I don't play him is because he's hard to use. His skills are actually very easy to understand. You know, you have a reverse, you have your reverse. It's the way to execute them. Beric. If you're actually new to the game and you want to play a tank, Beric is probably the best pick for you. Not only he's very easy to use, but he's also so good. Beric is actually one of my favorite point tanks to play just because he's so easy. You don't need to put that much time with Beric to actually be good with him. Fernando is also very easy, but easy like very easy like Beric or like Ashe easy. He's very straightforward. His skills are very easy to understand. Your ultimate, your abilities. I feel like he's like very easy, dude. I want to put him in very easy. Inara, I would say maybe like around medium, maybe also around easy to medium. She's not too complicated. I don't even think she deserves medium. She could literally be in easy. I've seen some crazy Inara players though, like they're so hard to kill. They're really good with their walls. But to actually play Inara properly, you don't need that much time. You could literally play Inara for the first time and I'm pretty sure you should be fine. Can is not very hard but also not very easy. I feel like tanks in general are just not that hard to use. Some tanks are hard to use like Atlas over here, but I feel like most tanks are very straightforward and not that hard to use. Maybe if you're a very new player, you might find Can to be really hard, but at least personally, I don't really find him that difficult. Makawa. Okay, Makawa is not easy to use. Atlas is definitely a lot harder, I feel like. I'm gonna put Makawa in A tier. He could definitely be in S tier, I feel like, but I'm gonna put him in A tier. Yet again, all of the tanks have a very simple and understandable kit. That's why they're not really that difficult to use. But the thing is, with Makawa, you actually need to land your hooks to be useful with him. That would be a fun video actually, like playing Makawa with no hooks. I kind of wanna do that. And he's also an off tank, so you're obviously not always touching points, so your job is a bit more complicated. Personally, I find off tanks to be a lot harder than point tanks. I was saying off tanks are harder than point tanks, but ROM is very easy to use. I'm sorry, dude. Very straightforward, and especially if you're in lower ranks, ROM will demolish everyone if you don't know how to counter him. You just run to the enemy team and basically just shoot them in the face, and you know, you're doing your ROM job. Ruckus. I want to put Ruckus in S tier. I'm not even kidding. I've seen some crazy Ruckus player. They play him so well. Like they're so hard to kill. They're just unstoppable. They just, for some reason, they do so much damage. But whenever I play Ruckus, I do little damage. But is he as hard as Atlas? I don't think so actually. He could be low S tier or high A tier. But I'm gonna put him in S tier. Terminus. I actually find Terminus to be quite easy, but every time I play Terminus, in my chat, there's always people saying, how do you play Terminus like that? Like, I struggle with Terminus. I was confused at first, like, wow, how do you find Terminus to be kind of hard when his abilities are kind of easy to understand? But then I realized a lot more, because he's a melee, and you know, everyone in here is basically has a gun. They basically has a gun, everyone here. Every time I play Terminus, people are saying he's quite difficult to use, and I can see why, so I'm gonna put him in A tier. Torvald. Torvald is also not very difficult to use. I would even say maybe even very easy. All you do with Torvald is basically shield your teammates, shield yourself, and push the enemy off the payload or something. That's basically all you do. Very easy to understand. I'm gonna put him in very easy. Yaguros. If I compare Yaguros and ROM, I feel like Yago is a lot more harder to use than ROM. I wanna put Yago like either A tier or medium. Especially if you're playing Yago for the first time, you're like so confused, like what is going on, what is happening. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna put her in A tier. And of course, Azan. if we're just talking about how OP Azan is very easy. You don't need to be that good with Azan to actually be useful with Azan. But let's not talk about how OP he is, because this tier list is not about being OP. So let's forget about how OP Azan is, and let's just think about his abilities and stuff like that. I would honestly say he's around medium or maybe A. I'm gonna put him in medium for now. First of all, his primary attack is a projectile. He chose the hammer, so there's like a projectile going on, so it's a lot more difficult to use. His walls, it's not just a normal wall, it's like curved wall, and it's not just like a shield either like Barrick. His skills are very straightforward but a lot more complicated than normal, if that makes sense. So guys, do you guys agree with my tier list? Comment down below if you guys agree with me or not. But of course, a reminder, this is only my opinion, so don't take it personally. Well, that's it for today guys, hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. See ya!